Hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I'm here to share with you our 11/11 healing event. So I don't know if it's the 11th of November for you yet. So if it's not, you may want to come back and connect, or you may want to connect with the energies before you get to the 11th of the 11th. So happy 11/11 and welcome. So what I'm going to be doing for the next 40 minutes or so is creating some healing energy for you. This is my only free public healing event of the month. So I try and get here in the power day of the month, unless I'm inspired to do something spontaneously. But usually this is the time that I connect with you in this way. So what I'm going to be doing, first of all, in a moment, I'm going to be smudging with my Sage Smudge Stick. We're going to be preparing the space, clearing the energy, and just clearing stuff. And we'll be doing that first. And then we're moving into our time of receiving. So our time of receiving, I think I will play the drum. So I'll be drumming with my big hoop drum. So I'll be drumming for our time of receiving. This will be your you time, basically. Your time to sit back, relax, soak it up, and we'll talk about whatever the focus is for that. And then we'll move into time of giving. So this will be time where we come together in circle, in love, for a common focus, which is to send love and healing out to others and around our beautiful planet. So it'll be time to put people on your healing, on our healing list, if you like, and I'll be using the singing bowl during that time period. And that will take us up to the end. So that's what we'll be doing. If you can hang around, if you've got time, get yourself comfortable, take off your shoes. You may want to have your journal handy, and just be ready to soak up what you need. Be open to listening, not only with your ears, but with your heart and with your body, so that you can connect with what it is that you need from this sharing. So I am not afraid to look silly, so I'm going to be diving deeply and really embracing the depth that we can reach during this healing time. So if you want to hang around, please do. If this is not something that you really resonate with, or if there's something better you've got to do, then I trust that you have a great day and that you leave us here in a positive space so that we can enjoy it, those of us who do. So I'm lighting my smudge stick. You'll be pleased to know I've upgraded. I've got a new smudge stick now. I had my dregs, because when you get to the end, they sort of fall apart. I had that going for a couple of months, but I now have got a new smudge stick. So this is now our preparation time. I think of smudging as our preparing to go deeper in a meditation or deeper with healing. So take a nice big breath and imagine this sacred smoke washing over your body and carrying away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks and attachments. Basically anything and everything that you're holding on too tightly to within your own body, your mind, your emotions. You can surrender that now to this sacred smoke and let it go. So be willing to let go as we take 3 big cleansing breaths. Okay, think about breathing out your worries, your concerns, the stress that you're under, the pressure that you're under in your life. And think about putting aside all of the stuff that you've got to do, or the other people in your life that require your attention. See if you can just put all those needs outside the door for now, so you can bring yourself fully here to receive what you need. So you can think of this as your you time if you want to. So take nice big breaths Just make sure my smudge stick is out. I've got some sand in my bowl here. Okay, I think we're out. We are out. Now, let's get into this. I'm grabbing my healing energy cards here, and we're now moving into our time of receiving. So this is your time to receive. And what I want to do is I want to look for the best healing energy card that we need, focused around this time of receiving. So I will be playing the drum, and this card will help give us a bit of a focal point or something to think about while we are doing that. Hopefully that smudge sticks out. I keep feeling like wafts of smoke coming over my direction. Okay, the best healing energy card for our time of receiving is, now see if this resonates with you, it's this, Expansion, card 3. It says Star Galactic Connections. Reconnect with your star home, intergalactic travel to heal, expand your perceptions, and gateway to other dimensions. This is very much about expanding our mind, expanding ourselves. So I think of the opposite of expansion, which is something really valuable to look at, is the opposite of things that we might be exploring. So the opposite of expansion, I would think, would be something like limitations. So I would personally be thinking about, okay, where do I feel limited in my life? Where do I feel limited within myself? And what might help me be able to expand that limitation so it's not a limitation anymore? There's also a lot coming up around the mind thoughts today. So there's also a feeling here about the limitations of our mind that put things into boxes or or create, a title around something, or tame us mentally. That it just feels to me, what I'm seeing here in my mind's eye is our mind, our own limiting mind, putting things into boxes. A limiting box, we want to blast that box out of existence and open our mind and free ourselves and expand ourselves from the limiting way of thinking or the limiting approach, the limiting words, our limitations. So during our time of receiving, which I'm not going to be talking us through, this is just going to be the drum and you connecting in your own way. The suggestion here is around looking at your limitations. What's limiting you? Where do you feel separate? Where do you feel limited? And what can you do? What can you do to break through that and move it into a space of expansion? And it really is a breakthrough, breaking out of that box, out of that mold that often we put ourselves in. Often we are creating a limitation without realizing it. So what can we do to recognize that, break that box down, and break through? Break free. I was also going to say break through at the same time. So break through, breaking free, expanding from our limitations. So that is our card for our time of receiving. So I am going to be playing my hoop drum, and I won't be talking because it's loud enough. So I'm going to play the drum to support our expansion as individuals. So our expansion, expanding from our limitations. So I'm going to drum for 5 or 10 minutes, and I encourage you just to let the drum support you, let it hold you, let it carry you to where you need to be to help you expand. You might want to also work with the power of your breath, and as you breathe in, imagine expanding yourself like you were a balloon. So if you'd been feeling a bit deflated or flat lately, you can work with your breathing and the sound of the drum to sort of bring air, bring life back into yourself again. And that will help expand you as well. So see how you go. Oh, we've got someone having a delivery next door. I just wanted to make sure they weren't coming here before I start. So nice big breath. If you haven't connected with the drum before, you can't do anything wrong. So just at the very least, listen and let the drum comfort and support and hold you. And you can take your connection deeper with the drum too, if you want to. So nice big breath. And I apologise in advance if this rattles on my microphone, but I don't want to subdue my drumming. I don't want to tame it just in case it rattles. I want to really do what needs to be done. So nice big breath. Okay, really interesting while I was drumming. So I trust you're feeling a breakthrough. It felt to me like breaking through or breaking past like a membrane or a box and really pushing, like the membrane of a balloon and pushing through that. And being aware that our own constant complaining or pulling our hair out over something that continues to bug us is also keeping us limited. So we might be feeling confined or uncomfortable or angry about a situation that we're constantly complaining about. That is also creating a limitation. So to find breakthrough, we might want to look at what about that situation can we change, or is there a shift that's required with our attitude or our own limiting approach to this so that we can break through and break free. And another thing that I want to talk about that can also make us feel limited or confined or held back or like we're not expanding is our own wounds that require healing, our own issues, the things that we avoid looking at that require attention. So really, I think the key to moving from limitation to expansion or finding that breakthrough is being really super honest with ourselves about what we keep complaining about, what requires healing, what our issues or our wounds are, so that we can really seriously look at that stuff and break through. So I trust that, I trust that supports you and that you're feeling hopefully a bit lighter and freer and more expanded, especially within your heart. So as we expand our limitations or expand out from our limitations, it also brings us out of that mental space and into our heart where we can expand. I feel our mind also expands too, but it's also got a lot of issues or burdens that we're carrying around mentally that are very limiting. But our heart, I feel our heart knows expansion. So bringing us back into our heart, and I trust that you feel connected in with your heart. So thank you so much. Now, if you have to go, and some people do only like to stay for the receiving time, then thank you for joining me. If you want to learn more about me and the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. If you want to hang around, we're about to go into our time of giving. So this is where we come together in love and in this space of heightened, expansive energy and send love and healing out to others and around our planet. So if you can hang around, then great. So I'm going to be using my singing bowl for this time period, and I'm going to be pulling another healing energy card as we shift directions. Now, why 1111? So 1111 is probably, I'm sort of feeling on the right words here. I'm sort of leaning towards, but not, I want to lightly say it's in some ways a little more significant than the other lined up numbers in some ways, because I feel it depends what we're resonating with, but there is a power behind 1111. I remember the first time I connected with it and saw it everywhere, like it was crazy. Every time I turned on the clock, every time something was happening, it was always 1111. And I meditated and asked my guides, why did I keep saying 1111? And this was back probably around 2002 or something like this. And I was shown in my meditation that it helps me know that I'm in the right place, but also is my anchor. So, and we were just about to go traveling and living in our caravan with my little family, my little children at the time. And it was funny because every single caravan site we went to was 11. It just worked out to be like that. And there was just this massive synchronicity with 11 or 1111. So for me, through my personal experience, it's very powerful. It confirms for me I'm on track. And it really is my anchor. If I'm feeling a bit uncertain, it will just be that validation that I need. I also have been through periods where I've seen number 11 as like a gateway or a doorway. So like 11 and 11, like two pillars on either side of a door. And usually to me it feels to me like I'm going through a really important sort of initiation period, or going into a new really important phase of my life when I see those 11s around. So what I suggest, if you keep seeing 1111 or a different number, is to meditate and ask your guides, ask your loved ones in spirit to help show you why you keep seeing 11 or 1111, and what is the significance for you at this time. And trust what you're sensing, because it means so much more if you can find the answers and get that knowing and that understanding yourself. So 1111 is a special connection for me, and a special master number or alignment. So I trust that helps a bit. I don't do numerology, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm just sharing from my experience. So, your time, our time of giving. Let's come together in love and send some beautiful energy around our planet. Our time for our card for our time of giving is this. It's self-searching, card 6. It says, do your best not to look too far outside of yourself for answers. So all the answers, even your answers to your question about why do I keep seeing 1111, they can all be found inside. So this is just validating, if it was needed, what I was exactly just saying. It says, bring your focus within, stand in your power. It is safe for you to express your truth. And it talks about the throat and the sacral chakras. Now, in relation to our time of giving, this is very much about turning our outward gaze inward and really recognizing our individual role that we play in the whole. That we may see problems in the world with this person, that leader, this culture, that group, or whatever. We may see all these problems outside of us, especially the news. The news loves portraying these outside people or groups or what have you. They love portraying that in the way that they want us to see it. So I noticed at one point when we went through a lot of prime ministers here in Australia, if a prime minister fell out of favour with whoever, the media would show them with pictures of them picking their nose and all sorts of horrible things, just so that the people would have an opinion about that person. But it's all been projected externally. So this card's showing us that actually everything that's external, let's turn it inward. Let's recognise the importance of our individual role here in the whole. So instead of complaining and finger pointing and having opinions about things that have been projected on us externally, let's see how we actually really feel about something inside without it being tainted by all these opinions that have been projected to us externally. So this is very much, as we move into our time of giving, it's about recognising our role as an individual and bringing everything that we're projecting externally, bring it back into us. Put some mirrors up and see how we can improve ourselves. How can we help this world be a better place by our actions, rather than complaining about other people not doing the right thing. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing. So this is about us, even though we're focusing on the collective. I trust that makes some sense. So this is about our own self-searching through our giving time. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to use the singing bowl, and I'm going to be guiding us all the way through this part of our healing. So I'm going to talk us through. You are very welcome to follow what I'm saying and do that too if you want to, or parts of it. But if you are not following along, if you are wanting to do it in a different way that works for you, please do that. I'm trusting my intuition for those that want or need that guidance, but I encourage you to trust your intuition for what you need to contribute to this phase of our healing. So don't worry if you're being led into doing it in a different way. It's okay. Do it your way. I'll share my way and you follow my way if you resonate with it. It's simple. So Let's take some nice deep breaths. We'll just recenter ourselves, especially if you just joined in. So make sure your feet are nice and flat on the floor. But if you are laying down, you don't have to move. You can maybe just feel the weight of your body as you're laying down. So whatever position you're in, connect with the earth. Connect with the weight of your body. Feel your spine and the support of your spine at this time. So bring your focus now a little bit deeper from your spine, from the weight of your body down into the earth. Feel that beautiful, strong, supportive, nurturing earth under you, under us all. Feel its support there, its solid ground. Feel its consistency. And now imagine drawing some energy from the earth up into your body. So you may want to bring it up through the soles of your feet or up through your spine if you're laying down. But bring that energy up into your body. You may want to imagine it as a red-brown, earthy light. Let it come into your body and fill you up with support and love from Mother Earth. Let this energy go to parts of your body where you need it. So if you're feeling achy or pains or dealing with an injury or something in your body, you can bring that energy directly there if you want to. Okay, so now take a nice big breath as we imagine that we're all holding hands in this beautiful circle of love. So imagine holding hands with someone next to you as we now share this energy, this love around our circle. We give through our left side and we receive through our right side, flowing this energy around our circle from hand to hand, heart to heart. As we share this love around, giving and receiving in perfect balance, because we cannot give more than we receive, and we cannot receive more than we give. All is perfectly balanced. Just like, bringing that into balance. It's just like with life. And we also won't take on anyone else's baggage or issues because we know we are safe and protected. So we build this energy up now around our circle, moving around and around from hand to hand, heart to heart. Feel it build up as we create this circle and this space together. And here now we have the opportunity to add people into our circle who may be struggling or need some healing or love at this time. So please imagine or imagine these people in our circle that you're concerned about, people that you know who are having a hard time. Imagine them in our circle now. And we're not forcing this energy upon them, but we're just offering our support and trusting that if they want to take it, then they will. So it's not really right to think that we know what's best for another person. So I like to imagine them in there and trust that they will take what they need if they want it. So we leave them held now in our circle for as long as they need to be there. As we bring our focus back to our circle and the energy going hand to hand, And now expanding this energy up to our crowns as we connect crown to crown, like we're wearing this big halo around our circle. Connecting crown to crown, you may start feeling tingly up on top of your head, or like you're being drawn upwards, which is really normal. And now we expand this energy out from our crowns and around our planet, where we cover the planet in this beautiful blanket of love. And this love finds anyone who's lost or alone, anyone who's in pain, who's grieving, anyone that just needs a bit of love right now, then this love finds them. And again, we don't force it upon them, but we allow them to take it if they choose. We also flow this love into the hearts of the animals who want it and need it now, and also all corners and areas of the earth that require healing or love. Imagine that love seeping into the soil, into the waters, into the air, into the flames, quietening, softening and balancing all the elements. And now we leave the earth held in this beautiful blanket of love. And we return our attention now back to our circle and back to ourselves. And here we bring that high vibrational energy we've just been generating. We bring it down into our crowns now and into our bodies. And here it mixes with that earthly love that we connected with before. And here we merge heaven with earth, spirit with matter. Here we bring all of who we are into this moment, so that we can be our best person, make the best decisions that we could make, love as deeply as we can love, and find joy in our heart, peace, contentment in our heart, in our life. So stand tall, balanced phoenix, as you're ready to step forth on your path and embrace your fullest potential, because you are ready. We have never been more ready than now. So let's step through, let's fly through this doorway of 1111 and into the next phase of our life. Yes, it may mean we need to make changes. We could see them as improvements. That's what life requires. Things change. Let's not be afraid of it, because all in front of us is the unknown. And if we're scared of the unknown, or we're scared of change, nothing's going to change. But then everything will change, because it's just natural and normal. So let's stop resisting change. Let's stop being scared of the unknown and trust that everything will work out as it needs to. It's a nice big breath. Okay, excellent. Let me pop my bowl down. Thank you so much. I trust you are feeling brilliant and that you are feeling energized and motivated to move forward in your life, but in a really balanced way. And if you joined partway through, perhaps come back and connect with the video from the beginning if you want to, when I finish live streaming. Thank you so much. So our time of giving, which is what we were just doing, was focused around using this card too, self-searching, which, remember, is reminding us not to project or look outside of ourselves for answers or give our power away to things. That's another way to look at it. But bring our power and our attention back to ourselves, and that we are the individuals make a difference in the whole. So thank you so much. I will be pulling a card for what's next in just a moment. So I want to first of all thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. My intention is to be back on the 12th of the 12th for a similar healing focus. I do try and pop in the power day of each month, so there's not very many I miss. So I should be in on the 12th of the 12th, hopefully. So we might see you then. I have other healing events that happen throughout the month. There's healing events through Patreon for patrons. We usually do things like the fire releasing ceremony, planting the seeds of new beginnings. I'm not sure what our one for November is going to be yet, but we have healing events through Patreon. There's also a monthly healing event, a private one, and probably the most powerful of all the healing events I do through the Pillar of Light family, and that's a private healing event. So there are these sorts of things around. I'm also focusing on a 12-hour healing event on Thursday. That's this Thursday. There is an exchange with it though, because I do need your support. I can't do everything for free because I do have things I need to do, projects I'm working on, I have bills I need to pay. So there is an exchange for the healing event on Thursday. If you want to be a part of it, you are supporting my work, but I'm also, there's going to be stacks of healing energy that we're going to be connecting with. So it's going to be a great resource and really shifting. So have a look on my website if you want to learn more about that or any of the work I do at templeofbalance.com.au. If you can't find something, let me know. So let's see what's next. So I'm looking for the best healing energy card to represent what's next. So what do we need to know now moving forward? When we turn this off in a few minutes, what might be good to now keep fresh in our mind? That's what I'm looking for with this card. But not just in our mind, what do we need to apply? Because that's where it really counts. Because this stuff might be all nice, hopefully, to listen to and connect with when it's happening or at the time, but where it really counts is applying what we learn in our actual life. So that's what I want this card to be about. What do we need to know about what's next, moving forward? And look at this. This is Reconnection, card 20. She says, clear all separation and disconnection issues that are affecting you now. So we could say, just reflecting on this healing journey we've just been on, clearing our limitations. So the limitations that we might still find hovering, let's clear those so we can find breakthrough. This talks about crown chakra opening, so a strengthening of our connections, not only our connections to spirit, but our connections to ourselves, our connections to others, our connections to our life, our connections to our purpose. All these connections that will be affected when we're feeling disconnected. It says bridging the illusion of fear with love. So if we feel scared about the unknown, let's see if we can replace that bridge of fear of the unknown, turn it into a bridge of love, as we walk it with courage into the unknown. And it says, look beyond the physical. So this is very much about now moving forward, about looking at where we need to reconnect. Where do we need to reconnect with ourselves, our relationships, our life? What has become neglected or disconnected lately or limited and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's like a dead end sort of feeling here. What has reached that, and what can we do now moving forward to transform that, to change it, to improve it? So there are things that we can do, and we are very resourceful beings, and we've had experience in life. I'm sure we've collected a lot of tools on our journey. So there's a lot we can tap into inside ourselves, where we can find a solution, how we can approach something differently. So let's be resourceful. We have the resources inside. So thank you so much for connecting. Let's remember to reconnect as we move forward. So thank you so much. I've used my healing energy cards today. You can learn more about them on my website. They're great tools to support our self-healing. So thank you so much for connecting. I trust you feel great Have a happy rest of your 11/11, and I'm sure I'll be back hopefully on the 12th of the 12th. If not, I will see you throughout between now and then. So thank you. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Namaste.